welcome to Unit 5, Part 5, talking about inequalities in two triangles and what's called the hinge theorem. So basically, what it says is if you have two sides of a triangle that are congruent to two sides of another triangle, then the third side of the first triangle is longer only if the angle between them is longer. So see how these two sides are the same, but 43 is bigger than 30, so that means BC is going to be bigger than GH. And the opposite is true too. If I know that the side opposite the angles is bigger, then I know that this angle R is going to be bigger than L. So for example, it says compare the measures of AD and BD. Well, I know the two sides here are congruent because AC is marked with BC and then CD is a reflexive property. So AD would be bigger because 70 is bigger than 68. So AD is greater than BD. So go ahead and try 37 on your own. And yes, FG would be greater than GH because notice 67 is greater than 62 and those two sides are equal. So it says here compare the measures of ABD and BDC. Well, I know that the two sides are congruent. And so 5 is smaller than 5.5. So that means ABD is greater than angle BDC. So go ahead and try 39 on your own. All right, because 7.2 is bigger than 6.1, so that means that JKM is smaller than KML. All right, so then here it says find the range for the possible values of A. Well, I know that 18 is bigger than 16, so I know that 9A plus 15 has to be less than 141 degrees because you know that the two sides are equal. So since 18 is bigger than 16, that means 141 has to be bigger than the angle. So when I subtract, but also, sorry, I subtract 15, but also keep in mind that it has to be bigger than 0. So 9A plus 15 has to be between 0 and 141. So I subtract 15 from both sides. So I get negative 15 is less than 9A is less than 126. Then you divide by 9. So you get negative 5/3 when you reduce is less than A, which is less than 14. So A has to be between negative 5/3 and 14. Those are the possible values for A. For 41, so we know that this side is congruent to this side because they're both 8, and then this side's reflexive. Now, the fact that 11 is bigger than 9 means that 7n plus 5 must be greater than 47. But then remember, the biggest that it could be is 180. So basically, so 7n plus 5 has to be greater than 47, but it has to be less than 180. So we'll say 47 is less than 7n plus 5, which is less than 180. So when we subtract 5, we get 42 is less than 7n, less than 175. divide by 7, you get 6 is less than n, which is less than 25. So basically, that n has to be between 6 and 25. All right, that concludes our video for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it, and Unit 6 is coming soon.